Yo, people, what's going on? Back again for another Red Talk. Ty's in the building. What you saying, fam?
Bro, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. It's Friday tomorrow. I got my snooty on. I'm cozy. Premier League's back, man. I can't even lie, Rants. I hate the international break, especially when the games are dead. The
It's
best
horrible.
highlights, the best highlights I had was watching the Brazil Argentina man. Them, you get me?
Bruv, and even that game was dead. I can't lie. It
Yeah,
was one of
and that
them ones
game
where
was
the fight was more exciting than the actual match itself.
real talk, man. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to have it back. And I think you know what? Yeah, obviously we're Man United fans anyway, but there's no better way. Let me just turn the Wi-Fi off my phone. There's no
Mm.
better way to kick it off than City Liverpool at 12:30. Like it's the perfect game because both our rivals, we're gonna watch it, enjoying it. We know there's gonna be goals in that game, but they should be on paper.
Mm-hmm.
We're Sunday 4:30, so it gives me the whole weekend to look forward to something. You know what I'm saying?
No,
We saying that you
100%. That
good, you
game's
good.
gonna be lit. Yeah, blood. Yeah, that game's gonna be lit, fam. I can't even lie. That
What are you
game's
thinking
gonna
about
be
that
lit.
game? Before I know we're gonna talk United, what are you thinking
Both
about this
teams are
game?
scoring in that game. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be an exciting football match, bro. Like, there's no
I'm gonna throw
way.
it out there, bro. Liverpool are getting a result.
Yeah, they are. They are. Do you know
Oh,
what I
you
mean?
think it as well?
Yeah, they'll win or get a draw. I don't see Liverpool losing that game, bro. I think Liverpool are gonna get something. I think Liverpool are
It's
gonna get
mad,
something.
yeah,
I think
because they
City aren't
haven't won
playing
at the
well enough.
Etihad since 2017. So people are probably watching me and he's saying that now, thinking, how are they going to do that? But
Mm,
Daps, I was arguing with Daps, not arguing, I was debating with Daps about it
mm,
because obviously he's like, well, they haven't done it for this long. And is this the best Jurgen Klopp Liverpool team at City? I said, no. But I said,
mm.
are City looking more vulnerable? Are City clicking yet? No. And I said,
No,
if you look at that Chelsea game, the way they attacked and scored goals,
but if
Liverpool are more
Chelsea can score
ferocious than them.
4, why can't Liverpool score goals against this team, bro? Because
Mm,
Chelsea's a team that don't score. Do you know what I'm saying? So
mm.
if a team like Chelsea that struggles to score goals can put 4 past them, yeah, Liverpool gonna cause problems, bro.
Yeah,
Like
and if
I
City, do
said.
you know what? If City turn up and do their thing, I'm gonna hold my hands up and say, do you know what? I shouldn't
Mm.
have really doubted them because they've shown me up. But if there's gonna be a game this season where I'm gonna question City Etihad, I think it's this one. I do.
No, they've given us enough reason to doubt them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Conceding 4 to Chelsea is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm,
actually crazy, bro. So I think both teams are gonna score because City will always find a way to score against Liverpool, but I think it very much depends. I think it depends on the team that Pep puts out, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Pep's been
yeah,
liable
people
to
are
shoot
saying, is it
himself
gonna
in
be
the foot.
Doku? Is it gonna be
Yeah,
Grealish? Them sort of things.
yeah, exactly, bro. Like it's got to be Grealish. If he starts Doku in that game, I
Ooh, swear.
yeah, bro,
I'm
bro.
going
Like
Doku, you know.
The City lack control of the game, yeah, when Doku plays, bro, like against the better teams, bro. You can't play him against the little man and that, but bro, when you're playing in them big games, bro, you need
Yeah, slow it down,
yeah,
keep the
you
ball,
need
do
the
all that.
composure, bro. You don't have the composure that Grealish has got. I think he messed up here starting Doku
Doku
instead
against
of
Chelsea.
yeah, 100%. I think that was a big mistake.
Mm.
And also I think it
Especially,
was a
especially if
mistake.
Kovacic is out as well. They haven't really got many
But that's what
controllers
I'm
in it.
saying. I think it's a
Mm.
mistake. And also starting Bernardo, yeah, next to Rodri was a mistake, bro. Do you know what I mean? In the double pivot, bro, you're wasting him there.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Against an athletic, combative midfield
So what
like
would you
what
do then
Chelsea
if you're
have.
Pep this weekend then with Kovacic out and Rodri's obviously alone again? Would you play Bernardo in the pivot or you bring in
No,
Rico Lewis or something
I'll
in there?
bring someone else in there. Rico Lewis done well against Arsenal in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'd probably start Rico Lewis in the midfield ahead of Bernardo and move Bernardo further forward, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
gonna
didn't make no
be
sense. Bernardo in the double
interesting.
pivot against not against Liverpool, man. Get out of here. That's crazy. To me,
Yeah,
that don't
it's,
make no
it
sense.
is going to be mad. I see what I see. Nunes is training, and I see Gravenberg's back as well. Kanate. So Liverpool haven't got no excuses, and that's why I think if I'm
Mm,
Liverpool, and I'm watching them going into that game. I don't want to see Liverpool sit back. I kind of think the best way to go to City is run at them, make them
No,
go the other
Liverpool
way.
don't know no other way,
City don't
blood.
like going. City don't like running the other way. As much as
Mm,
City can score, by the way, City could score 5 and Liverpool could score 4. I'm not saying City can't score goals like you said. I agree with you.
mm,
But I feel like if Liverpool are going to get anything from what we're saying in that belief, they need to take the game to Man City. They can't be sitting back waiting for one ball over the top for Salah. Yeah, it might be effective at times, but I just feel like this Liverpool team, with the way McAllister's not a natural 6, you got Gravenberch, you got legs in there, you got Sobbers,
mm,
like, go forward. Like, just say, you know what? Let's just go hammer and tongs. If you're going to score 6, we'll try and score 7. If we're going to score 2, we're going to try and score 3. That's the
mm.
only way I think I can see Liverpool winning the game. I don't think if they sit back and allow City just to have all the ball, they might be 2-0 down before they know it and it's too late. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm. I
It's
think
going to
so.
be interesting.
I think Liverpool have to go there and attack. And I think they will do that. Like, there's no reason for them not to do that. Like, they would have got a lot of confidence from seeing Chelsea score 4 goals against
facts.
Liverpool. Like, that's
and
crazy.
Salah's a demon, bro. Like, I got a question for you, yeah. If you're Pep, are you playing Aki or are you playing Gvardiol left back against Salah?
Probably Ake.
I agree because he locked up Saka last year as well. He's a bit more proven,
athletic.
isn't it?
Yeah, a bit more athletic, a bit more composed. I think Guardiola's a baller, yeah, but he's young, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He's young and he's inexperienced in the Premier League, bro. I think he could start left centre back, but I wouldn't start him at left back. Like, that's crazy. But we'll see.
That comment's giving me jokes, by the way. Oliver's like, "Man, go for machine."
Yeah, bro, that's what man have to do.
Real talk, you know.
Yo, that's what man have to do, man. Bro, it's a matchup thing. You know them ones there, like, it's a matchup thing. You have to match up the team well. That's what you have to do, innit? And I think that he mismatched the team against Chelsea. I don't think that Pep's gonna make the same mistake twice.
Let's see, man. Surprised. Let's see. It's gonna be a good one. You gonna watch along for that one?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the match of the weekend, bro. Like,
facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? That is the match of the weekend. That's the El Clasico thing, bro. That was
wake up, bang your workout, get your munchies, and then you're set, boy.
That was the thing. Them two going at it, yeah, for the Premier League title for what, like 5 years, bro. Like, that was the thing. That was the proper game. Like, that was the game that people were looking forward to.
That kept the Prem on the map, like big time.
100%. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see. Now, City are weaker. Do you know what I'm saying? Liverpool are probably weaker as well. However, Liverpool are stronger than, I think, Man City in terms of where they've dropped off from. I think City have dropped further down than Liverpool in terms of their quality. I think City's lack of quality, bro, it's there. What do
you think they lost from? They won the treble, yeah. So that's the perfect season for them. Yeah. What do you think they've lost that's made them drop off so much? Then
they've lost quality and they've lost experience at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying?
So De Bruyne, obviously injury big. Gundogan and Mahrez one. Them two.
Oh yeah, because that's quality and it's also experience. Gundogan and Mahrez are both over 30 years old.
Yeah, like, Gundogan will be playing right now next to Rodri. He'll be starting tomorrow and doing all that since them injuries. Even before that, maybe.
Man City, I'm saying Man City win the game just because he's playing.
Yeah, Stones as well is out. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah,
when you actually Cancelo as well as experience as well.
They're starters as well. It's not even like we're talking about squad players. Them man
Cancelo as well, man, forgot about. So, bruv, Cancelo, Rodri, and Mahrez, you could argue all three of them start tomorrow if they're there.
Yeah, Gundogan, Mahrez, 100% Cancelo, and then De Bruyne and Stones would start if they were fit.
Bro, they've lost a lot. They've lost a lot of quality, bro. Like quality and experience, because these are not the young players they're losing. And no team.
What are we saying then? Perfect timing for Liverpool. This is they can't, no excuses.
I think timing wise, like this is the perfect time for Liverpool to play them. I'm not saying Liverpool are going to beat them, but I'm going to say if they are going to beat them, this is the best time.
It's tomorrow. That's exactly how I've landed it. If it's going to be any time in the season when they go to the Etihad and end this voodoo in the league, should I say, it's Saturday, man, because Salah, Nunes, Diaz, they can score goals. You've got Jota, who's there, who can come on and contribute. And I just feel like it's like boxing. Me and you love our boxing. Yeah. Styles make fights, and the way Liverpool have that pace and power on the break and in transitions, like if they put it this way, people slag off Darwin Nunes. Yeah, I'm not even a slagging off Darwin Nunes guy. I said that if Nunes was scoring the chances he had last year, it would be a different demon. This year, I'm seeing him score more. He's creating more. His touch is better. His link up plays better. If he's on job, he can be a demon on Saturday, because you get the Darwin Nunes that misses 2-3 chances. And I'm not saying that that's never going to go. That's just Darwin Nunes, a bit like Cavani. Them man miss chances. That's just what they do, innit?
But they keep going.
And if you have a Darwin Nunes that plays the way he did against Newcastle away, 2 chances, 2 goals,
but he came
then
off
it's
the bench
different.
though,
and I feel like,
Rants,
exactly. And I feel like the chances, just the way that matches up, the chances Darwin Nunes is going to get, it's going to be that similar. Yeah, it's going to be in behind them similar chances. So for me, I feel like Darwin Nunes can. It's going to be interesting him how he runs that centre back.
He'll be the one. He'll be the one making runs in behind that high line for Man City. He'll be the one. If anyone's going to cause them problems, it will be him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if they start him though, but his pacing behind, the way that City like to play that high line.
And Salah's just a problem anyway.
Because if you look at City and Arsenal, stylistically they're very similar. And it's like neither of them. Like Erling, yes, Erling will try and run in behind. Arsenal don't have any players that run in behind. Jesus to feet, Saka to feet, Martinelli to feet, and then head down and then kick the ball and run past. But Martinelli doesn't run away from the ball. Like Nunes runs away from the ball, innit? So
Yeah.
he'll be able to exploit the space in behind. So I think stylistically, the reason why I think Liverpool can get something is because, bro, their style is probably the most suited style to give Man City problems, bro.
Yeah,
The
it's
most suited
100%.
style. And that's why they've got a decent
100%.
record. And Klopp's got a decent record against Pep for that reason.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah, man.
it'll be
It's gonna line up to be a very interesting one. I don't think it's City. If City lose, they'll bounce back. They do what they do, but psychologically, I feel like it does a lot for Liverpool if they do, because everyone thinks City will probably win the league anyway on paper. But if Liverpool can go there and get something, it just gives them that 5% extra belief that,
No,
you
I
know
think if
what?
Liverpool go there and say they win, then for me, I think they're favourites.
Okay.
I think they're favourites
Yeah.
for the title. I think that this game is big. I think this game is bigger. I think if Man City do what they normally do, yeah, and beat Liverpool, then I think there's nothing to worry about. I think if City lose to Liverpool at home, City are, bruv, they're scared, bro. Like genuinely. I believe that this is a big psychological game for both teams. I think if Liverpool win this, they can believe they can win the league. If Man City win this, they will still believe they'll win the league, bro. I think doubts start to creep into City's head and confidence starts to go to Liverpool if Liverpool win this, bro, because they don't have a good record there.
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. 2017 was the last league win, I believe. And then obviously they've knocked them out of the Champions League over 2 legs. But I do hear you. I just don't know if Liverpool will have... It depends if they invest in January, then and they back it up, because the thing is as well, Klopp's obviously had the midfield rebuild. We know that the defense needs touching up. If they can get to January and then add one or two, even one, just a signing that comes into
Yeah,
the
but they
starting
won't
11
though.
or whatever,
Liverpool
they
ain't
won't.
signing no one in January.
Yeah, they probably won't. But then I'll say, yeah, do you know what? They could win the league. But I definitely think they can push City all the way, because, like we said, City ain't clicking yet. And I know they normally do at the back end of the season. If they do, we'll talk about it come then. But all I'm going to say is, Dave, if you rewind it 2 minutes, you've got your 1 minute clip of Rants saying if Liverpool win, they're favourites, because let's see what people think, man. It is an interesting one. Make sure you like up the video as well, people, man. Big up
100%.
everyone inside.
And this here, bruv, Gundo Mahrez, Cancelo, KDB, Stones, bro. Like, look at the quality that City have missing for whatever reason. Those are 5 players, quality players, bro. Like,
Yeah,
man can't tell me.
Nunes,
And look at that,
Kova, and
Nunes who
Doku.
don't play, Kova who's injured, and Doku, bro. It's a step back. Like, and that's a City fan that's put that there. Do you know what I mean? So
Oh, big
it's
up,
one of
Max.
the. So it's one of them ones where, bro, you have to keep it a buck, bro. Like, there's no agendas. Man City are weaker. They are weaker. Do you know what I'm saying? So if Liverpool can get the win, they'll start dreaming. Trust me. Like, their fans might try to play it down, but if they beat City at City, they'll start.
Yeah,
Dreaming.
it would be a statement win. It would be a statement win. I just don't know. I think I agree with you. I think they can definitely go there and get a result. And it's the best timing for Liverpool to play City. I just don't know if I'd put them favourites, because I just don't know with the Premier League at the moment, the consistency of these teams, as in Liverpool should be beating Luton, of course. But they go in there and obviously they're drawing 1-1. I know it's a small sample. It's just one example. But Liverpool should be beating them 2-3-0 and just getting the points and coming back yard.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's just like whether they can beat City and then they go into their next few games and can they get that winning run going? Because when I look at teams here in the Premier League that get a 10-15 match run going, I actually only look at Liverpool and City at the teams that can do that. I respect Arsenal. If there's any Arsenal fans watching, I respect you lot and I think you're a good team and you've improved. But when I'm talking about a gun to my head, yeah, who can rack up 10 wins? I'm saying Liverpool and City. They're the only 2 teams.
It's not them, bruv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The man's belly are weak, blood. Like, they know it, bro. They had the striker coming out the other day saying, oh, yeah, like, I'm not a goal scorer.
I'm not a goal scorer, exactly.
Get out of here, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, listen, man, belly soft, blood. It's only Liverpool and Man City that can go on that sustained run and really do something. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Big up everyone inside. Smash up the lights. You already know what it is, bro. This Rafael Varane stuff is getting louder and louder by the minute. I told them, men, when I was watching the game against Copenhagen, that's an unhappy player. He's not the first one. Do you know what I'm saying? So now we got Sancho not training. We got Cass that's unhappy that's not there. Ronaldo's left already, and now it's Varane's turn, bruv. Man's visibly unhappy, and now there's noise saying that he could leave in January.
Yeah,
and
I can't have
open
it.
for him leaving. That's crazy. If Varane leaves, yeah, before Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans, and Victor Lindelof, this club is finished. I don't care what anyone thinks. If they think that Varane should be leaving before these man, this is head loss, bro.
Yeah, no way. Best centre back at the club. I know I like Martinez as well, but Varane can't be leaving this club. And I wouldn't even want Varane leaving this club until I felt like I was even secure with replacements coming in. You think you can allow Rafael Varane to leave and then have Johnny Evans, Maguire, Martinez, who's not even back yet, and Luke Shaw potentially covering at left centre back, which I know he can do, but I'm not about regular starting. They need to sort something out, man. Obviously, Ten Hag has come out and said about the left-right combination. You know, he's not as comfortable playing out on the ball and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, your team's in there to defend. And when we've got Varane defending, forget the Copenhagen performance. His head probably wasn't in it. He's our best defender, and I don't really see many individual mistakes from Varane. He's good in the air. He's actually underrated on the ball. I'm actually going to put that out there. People say Varane's not that good on the ball.
He doesn't look great, but
he doesn't.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
looks unorthodox,
the ball very often,
bro. He doesn't lose the ball. He can pass through the lines, left foot, right foot. He's comfortable. He doesn't have to be amazing. Not every new defender in the game has to be amazing on the ball. He's good on the ball. He's quick enough as well. He's quicker than our other centre backs. So for me, I love Varane, innit? When we signed him, I was like, I know that it's not the same Varane as 5 years ago, and you know his knees are a bit different, but the experience, the way he reads the game, I always feel like with defenders, and I don't know who it is. I think it was Paolo Maldini that said it, and it always stuck with me. Yes, it's a young youth. He says, if your defenders having to slide around the pitch, making them last-ditch challenges and all that, it looks pretty and good, but bro, you're not a great defender like that. Yeah. I don't see Van Dijk making them last-ditch challenges bare. I don't see man like Varane ever sliding around the pitch like a madman. They don't do it. But Ferdinand, he never did that. Like, occasionally you might have to, of course, it's football. But them man read the game. They're smarter. They are half a step ahead. And Varane's one of them players, man. And I just feel like we need to find a way to get him back into this team. Whether he's going to leave at the end of the season, cool. Like, if you get a good offer for Varane and you want to take the money as well, and you're at 31 and you want to move, then cool. I accept that if you make that decision. But if the club and Ten Hag are saying, yo, you need to go before, next man, that's a strike for me, man. Like, I want Ten Hag to stay, as you know, but that's a big strike on the list for me, because this guy's elite. This guy is elite.
But the manager's showing that he can't manage personalities. That's just what it comes down to, because there's no way that Rafael Varane should not be in this team. Like, there's no excuse for it, because his personality, with Sancho, they used he's not training well. That's what they used. You can't use that with Varane, even though I don't believe that about Sancho anyway. I think he's just an easy scapegoat. Like, doesn't like his personality, so he's victimizing him. That's what he's done. But because of Sancho's image, it's easy for people to turn on Sancho. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Sancho was never the problem. He was never a problem. The manager just said, you know what? Certain times, managers are looking for an excuse to freeze you out. Do you know what I mean? Arteta done the same thing with Aubameyang, bro. He didn't want to play him, and he was just waiting for a reason to freeze him out. Do you know what I'm saying? And certain people do that. And now with Varane as well, he's not comfortable in... Bruv, it's bullshit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Even the Varane situation, like, I remember when they were showing us our win percentage with or without Varane, bro. This guy's very important. And he does a lot of things at the back for us, that he doesn't get the credit for. A lot of last-ditch challenges, a lot of clearances, a lot of sweeping. Like, you don't have to be amazing on the ball as a centre-back, bro. Like,
exactly.
What I'm saying? And then, bro, like, how can man be playing Wan-Bissaka as his starting right-back, but then saying Varane's not comfortable on the ball? That doesn't make no sense. He's better on the ball than Wan-Bissaka. So, I don't know what man's talking about.
I don't know if it's just to do with the build-up play and the way he's trying to make the team move forward. That's the only thing I can think of. But then again, like we said, I don't think Varane's bad on the ball. So for me, I don't know what's happening there. And the big thing that I question, is that Varane, we talk about Ten Hag managing personalities. Like, for example, you had the Ronaldo situation and so forth, which he dealt with. But when we're talking about personalities, I don't look at Varane as being like, as much as he's great and what he's won and everything like that, his experience talks for itself. I don't look at Varane as like personality of he'll have attitude, he'll cause a problem. I look at him as like the ultimate professional. Man's gone through Mourinho, he's gone through Ancelotti, he's gone through, I don't even know, he went there, obviously Fabio Capello was there, but he's gone through some big managers, obviously, at Real Madrid, and he's never, they've never batted an eyelid. He's just done his job there, remained professional throughout. He's gone to Manchester United, And obviously he was signed by Ollie as well and all that. Not saying that Ollie's a personality, but he didn't have a problem with Ollie, of course. Ten Hag, I don't know. I don't think he's got a problem with him, but something's happened. But I can't put my lid on what's happened because I don't look at Varane as being outspoken, causing an issue. I only think Varane will get rubbed up if he feels he's been hard done by. He's one of them guys who'll turn up to work on time. You know them, man. Turn up to work on time, do their due diligence and all that. Never really in the news. So if they're pissed off and I'm in work and next man saying, yeah, do you know, I'm vexed at this. I'm thinking, raw, you must be vexed for a reason because you're not a normal guy to step out of character.
Yeah.
And this is where I can't put the lid on it because we've got Everton away, yeah, and then we've got Galatasaray away. Now, when I look at this Everton game, and this is why I'm glad we're kind of talking on Varane now, he's talking about build-up play or the reason he's not playing the left-right combination. I look at Everton, and what do they have that we don't really have? They have height, they have dominance, yeah. When I'm looking at Decore, I'm looking at Calvert-Lewin, I'm looking at Branthwaite, I'm looking at Tarkowski. Like the list goes on. There's other players in there that obviously Onana, these 6'4" plus players. I want to see Varane starting on Sunday. I'm not having Victor Lindelof going up against Calvert-Lewin because Sean Dyche's going to say pin him and spin him.
Easy.
And it's going to happen. Easy. I feel like I could do that against Victor Lindelof. No disrespect. So for me, we have to have no excuses of Varane starting because if he doesn't start that type of game, I'm thinking in my head, what game is Ten Hag actually going to start him in? Because this is tailor-made for a Varane game. You know, like you said, it crosses out the box, you know, interceptions, stuff like that. We're going to need that. And we're going to need that experience because, bro, them man are coming off a 10-point gap. So you think they're going to be rocking 4:30 Sunday under
How
the
long is
floodlights.
Evans out for? Because
I don't even know, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. No disrespect to him.
But I'm saying because if the manager's talking rubbish, yeah.
Oh,
about
you
his
thinking if
left-foot
Evans back, he might
combination,
start him.
If Evans is not available, yeah, and he's left-footed, if he plays Harry Maguire left centre back, then that doesn't help because Harry Maguire don't use his left foot when he plays left centre back.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So I don't know what this man's talking about. I don't believe the left-right combination is the reason why he's dropping Varane, bro. I believe Varane said something.
I don't know. I don't know. And this is the thing. And I know people might look at it lightly, but I was watching the Copenhagen game at Daps's yard, yeah. And I wonder if you clocked the same things as me. He came on as a sub. And when he came on as a sub, I'm thinking like, yo, big Champions League game away from home. Ten Hag will put his arm around him and say like, you know them little instructions, you know when the man do this? And they're like, yeah, just filling these little... None of that.
Past the manager.
Bro, man they tapped each other. Like, and I was like, bro, this is your main like elite world class.
I told these man already. He didn't make no eye contact with the
manager.
No,
there was nothing.
And I was like, his gloves and he walked straight past the manager and went to the number 2.
I
He
knew.
ignored the manager completely. That's it. The relationship's broken down. Relationships like that, once they're broken down like that, they can't be repaired. They can't be repaired. And I'm not prepared to watch Rafael Varane leave or Casemiro leave before a lot of these other players. And this is the problem. The manager can be out here, put his neck on the line for players like Rashford, but you're trying to tell me that even if in his opinion, Varane wasn't playing well, which is nonsense, you're not trying to tell me someone like Rafael Varane deserves a lot more trust than someone like Rashford, bro. Talking, oh yeah, he scored 30 goals last season, bro.
100%.
What's man talking about, bro?
Yeah, no, 100%. I want Varane back in there. I think this is inexcusable. Like, I'm not really buying the tactical side of it, if I'm totally honest, because he's just a world-class defender. He's the best defender at the club. If it was a Malacia situation or a Maguire situation or a Lindelof, where you're like, you might start this game, but if you don't start next game, cool, it's not a problem. There's a clear boundary of Varane being the best defender at the club, and then them man levels below. So for me, if there's levels to this game, you start the guy that's levels above. Whether you're caring about build up or not, you have the best players on your pitch to win you games. And look, I like Ten Hag, and want him to succeed. We have not had the best start to this season. What do you need to get back your games? You know, you need to get back the mojo going. You need to win games. It doesn't matter what you do on a training pitch. It doesn't matter what you say, Eric. You are judged by what you do in terms of results. And Man United so far this season have not had the best results. Our home record was something that was good this last season. We've lost to Brighton at home. We've lost to Crystal Palace at home. We've lost to City at home. You know, we've lost other games at home. The preseason wasn't that great either. So when you look at it, you turn to your leaders, your experienced players to win games. And right now, you're not really playing for Varane. And I know people might put in the comments, you know, best informed team in the league, you know, 1-4 out of the last 5. But really, if someone didn't say that to me, I wouldn't even have known that. It's not like it's not apparent to me.
Yeah,
It's not like in
that's
my
because we're
face.
playing shit teams,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
and we're
playing
just
crap
getting over
teams.
the line.
Yeah,
It's nothing to be proud of, that record. The record doesn't mean anything.
it doesn't mean anything. We need to get like a proper pattern going. And this for me is like, it sounds a bit cliche, but for me, the season really starts now. Like it really does. There's no international break for 4 months. We've got Everton away, Galatasaray, and then obviously the Premier League just carries on going into that crunch time Christmas period. This is where we need to get absolute results now. Like I would actually accept it. The football ain't that great, but we're winning games. But if we're not winning games and the football is crap as well, then you know what I mean. Then that's the way it is. Do you know what? Let me just share something. Can I share a screen quickly, Rants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna share something because I saw something today which is interesting. I know everyone talks about the football, which is crap, and I agree. The football's not been great, but if people don't know, this is the plan that Ten Hag was going with. Yeah, share this up, Rants. So at the start in pre-season, people, yeah, Eric Ten Hag often had Lisandro Martinez moving into the pivot next to Casemiro when United had control of the ball. Varane was the actual central centre back. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka were the wide centre backs. It was insight into how he wanted this team to function. Martinez was going to move into the pivot, and then he was going to plan to put Fernandes and Mount as high eights, which makes sense. It gave Varane a role where he was mostly facing play, not having to primarily ball handle it to his benefit, and he asked more of Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, which obviously we know that they could probably sit in as wide centre backs. And then there's an image here. I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to read out the whole thing, but there's an image here where look, you can see Martinez was dropping in as like a central midfielder next to Casemiro. So I think the plan this season was to build up the play with Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, and Varane as like a back three, which I actually don't mind because they're strong, they're quick, and they're mobile, which is what you need in the back three. And Martinez was going to drop in to the midfield. Now that was the plan for this season. You can see it clearly there. Martinez is very comfortable on the ball, and he knows that he can pass through the lines. For me, the whole plan of what Ten Hag was going to do has been messed up. The counter argument, which I agree, if you're going to come at me, Rants, and people in the comments, is he's a coach. If he's going to have an injury to one of his players like Martinez, then he should have a plan B. And I hear it. If you're a top coach, you have a plan B.
You don't need to have a plan B, bruv. Just play someone else there, bro.
No. Okay, I hear you, right?
What his whole system was pivotal, was based on one player.
His plan this season was to have Martinez there and Onana playing the balls into Martinez.
And he never thought about what would happen if Lisandro got injured.
He might have. However, but my question to you, Rants, is based off this.
Who's playing the Lisandro
Who else would you play? Who else can we play there other than Martinez? There's actually no one good enough that we can play there. And yes, people might question the signings of him, but he signed Mason Mount to play in a high eight alongside Fernandes. And we know that he can't
do what a lot of teams do, like what Pep done and stuff like that, bro. Play a midfielder at centre back then if you wanted to do that. Fergie played Carrick at centre back to step in.
Who you gonna pick?
I don't care. I'd rather he plays a midfielder at centre back, yeah, and we're more vulnerable defensively, yeah, but it facilitates our attacking play.
Look at the position Martinez is in, bro. We know he can comfortably do that. I take out Martinez from that role.
Blood. I'll be real. That's one picture, innit?
One skill.
And that's one of these guys.
We saw him do that loads last year.
But bro, he does that anyway because he is, really a midfielder playing in defense, bro. That's what he's a number 6, playing at centre back. We know that. The bottom line is.
So you're telling me that Ten Hag was going to try and use him to his strengths then?
No, but I'm trying to say there's no evidence to suggest, from what we've done since he's been injured, that isn't just the way he plays. There's no evidence to suggest the manager wanted everyone to play like that because if he did, one injury wouldn't derail man's style of play, bro.
I think it can because you can't tell me a name.
Bro,
you can't tell me a name.
You've been a Man United fan long enough, We had Louis van Gaal, and guess what happened? When we got injured, what did we do? He just put someone else in. We didn't change the whole system, bro. We didn't do it. Even if we got in someone that wasn't as good at it, at least
I'm asking you to tell me who would you put in there.
I'm not the manager, bro. I'll be real.
I'm giving you the Rubicon Mango, bro. You are the manager right now.
What I'm saying to you is, he has not shown anything, bro. Like I said, he could play a centre mid at centre back if he really wanted someone to step in. He could really say, you know what, I signed Amrabat because he played him at left back. He could have easily said, you know what, I'm just gonna play Amrabat centre back, see if it works. I saw Mascherano play centre back.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wanted a midfielder to play centre back here and step in, bro, Amrabat can do a job at centre back against most teams. Most rubbish teams ain't really putting us under pressure like that. So if he really thought that he could do that. And also, Lindelof's played in the 6 before, so why don't you use Lindelof like that on the ball? He hasn't done that.
Potentially one of the
He played-
better options. That's the
Yeah,
only.
yeah, but he played
if I had
Lindelof
to
left
pick one.
back instead, bro. So I'm not buying this. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not buying all this. I believe, yeah, that the manager don't have a clue what he's doing. I believe that he came in.
Rants,
yeah,
you can't
he
say
ain't got a
that.
clue, bro. Listen to what I'm saying, yeah. This guy, yeah, all of our evidence to suggest what he's on, yeah, is from Ajax. And this player's come out categorically and said that he can't play Ajax ball at Man United, even though he signed 14 players, bro. Like, bro, you don't have a leg to stand on.
He does have a leg to stand on, bro. He does.
He doesn't.
Because right now,
Bro, he's on his knees
he's
bro. He's a couple defeats away from losing his job. He ain't got no leg to
that's
stand
that's an
on.
opinion though. That's not a fact. Right now,
Bruv,
we
he's on
don't
his
know
knees,
what's going
bro.
on with the gym thing.
He's
Obviously, at the
on
end of the
his
day,
knees, bruv. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something, yeah? You know how you said the season starts here? I agree. I think he's got between now and Christmas to save his job, bro. Because all this talk about a new owners coming in, do you think the new owners want to come into a dressing room where Casemiro's not happy, Varane's not happy, Sancho's not playing?
no.
They don't want to come into that. It's
No.
easier to get rid of the manager.
I agree with you. And if we're
He's
sat
under
here,
a lot of pressure, mate.
if we sit here, come Christmas holidays, and we're all doing streams and that, and we are not delivering. We're out of the Champions League. We are losing league game after league game. At the end of the day, as much as I like Ten Hag, if it's best for the club to move him on, then I want the best for the football club. But right now, I'm going to give him that grace and sake, like you're saying, to say, right, between now and January, try and show me something. You've got Luke Shaw back in training. He said already that he's been 2 weeks fully fit in training. So hopefully he can come back in. And we know that despite Luke Shaw having his up and down form, when Luke Shaw is shoring. You know, so I'm saying like...
When is Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw, bro, for like 4 games.
Yeah, but let's
then
see.
He goes missing for like 3-4 months.
It can happen, but I feel like systematically and I think knowledge wise, I feel like Luke Shaw has the ability to have a positive impact on the side. But like we said, there's going to be crunch time now. There's no excuses. The fixtures are in our face and we can't hide and we can't run from them. These players have got to step up and the manager's got to step up. I feel like the manager at the moment has been doing it on a game by game basis where he's basically just trying to save his job and we've been scraping
but that's
a couple
not what we
wins.
brought him in for.
But I don't want him in for that. I want him to stand true to what he wants to do. And I need him to have this international break that might come up at a perfect time to then say, right, we need to kick on. But I'm not just saying, I'm out here saying I want to sack Ten Hag. I know that he's in a tough period right now. And I said it, all managers will go through a little bit of a tough phase. And he's in a tough phase. Like it is challenging. We win a game and we're already dreading the next game. We win a game and we're talking about the performance weren't great. It's not like we're celebrating 3 points.
Yeah, but this
I want to go back.
The fact
I
is,
want to go back
we've
to
won 4
being...
out of the last 5 and the team still don't look confident because they know that they're scumbagging these performances. If you've won
I think 4, they do know that.
If you've won 4 out of 5, you should be confident. They're not confident because they know that they're getting away with it.
I agree with you.
They're getting away with it.
There's a difference between, you know, winning games and not being confident, but winning games and feel like you're getting lucky or it's a lack of trying. I feel like these players are still trying. Like I don't look at them on the pitch and think they've given up. And I think that's one big sign for me when you know that a manager's lost the dressing room. And that's in all forms of life. I feel like the players are still trying, but at the end of the day, the communication or the plan is not quite working at the moment. But for me, I think it can only get better. But that doesn't mean we're just going to go and win 5-6 on the bounce. At the end of the day, Ten Hag's come in, right, to a team that was lacking discipline. He's come in, he's changed the discipline, he's handled the Ronaldo situation.
But when you talk about discipline, what, you think the discipline's better now? It's not better now.
No, but we're talking, obviously, the Sancho situation at the moment. Yeah, that has not been great. But when you hear me, right, I feel like it will get better. In terms of this season, I do think hopefully it will get better. And I think the message is not being that clear. But we're still where we are. We're only 5 points off top 4, despite the poor season we've had. We're above Newcastle, despite the good season or the hype that Eddie Howe gets in their team. Hear me out.
Cool. Let's not do that. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we don't do that. Because when people say, oh, we are still here, no, we're there because of what everyone else is doing. We need to focus on ourselves. I hate when people say, oh, we're 5 points away. Bruv, we're not good enough to be where we are. Like, we are where we are because the results have gone for us. Like, that's why we need to look at ourselves. When we say, oh yeah, but we're only 5 points off Arsenal or something, bruv, we're nowhere near Arsenal. Like, bro, forget the points. If we play Arsenal 10 times in a row, Arsenal will beat us 8 times, bro. Like, we're nowhere near
I can't
Arsenal.
disagree in terms of where the other teams are. Yes, the other teams are not fully delivering, but then
that's
we're
why we
also.
compare ourselves to where we
But
are
I'm
in
saying, but we're
comparison
also
to other
not fully
teams.
delivering, and the fact that like where we are in the position of the league to the football we've played and the way we are as fans at the moment, and the harmony split, and somewhat the manager gone and somewhat the manager in, you'd think that we're like in the bottom half of the table. I know we're not far off from being in there. A couple of losses and you're in there. I'm saying that the fact that I think it will get better and it will improve. Hopefully, Luke Shaw coming back, the international break, refreshed, ready to go again. We need to start picking up results, but I don't believe that it will get worse in terms of performances because it's been crap already. I don't think we can play much worse than what we've played, and that says a lot. I think we're playing crap.
I think we can play worse because it's one of them ones. How we play worse is we play exactly the same and we don't have a player like just nicking the game for us at the end. Like literally, it can get worse. Our luck can run out and we can just stop scoring these late goals.
Yeah, but that might happen.
We're scoring all these goals, like in all these games.
Yeah, but
late goals.
The thing is,
last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I hear that, but when you look at his tenor here, right, he came into a team that, like I said, was lacking discipline. Yeah, he's had the Ronaldo situation. I like the way he actually he dealt with that situation. He's had the Maguire situation as well back then. He's obviously had the Greenwood situation. He had a Rashford situation last year that Rashford, whether people want to say about him this season, I think he's been crap, yes, but last year he delivered numbers. I'm not going to say all his performances are great. He delivered numbers, but he was key. He was his key man in terms of helping him be successful in terms of winning the Carabao Cup and getting top 4. When Rashford went to the Wolves game, he put him on the bench for that discipline for turning up late. Now, a lot of people could have raised eyebrows and a lot of players in that dressing room could have been like, raw. But the fact that he was not showing no hierarchy to Rashford and saying, yo, you can still play. He kept it flat across the board. I think that shows good discipline. And some people, Rants, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Not everyone in a workplace is going to agree with what a manager does. And that is the same for me. My manager might put some stuff in place and I think, yeah, cool, I can run with it. Then you got next man saying, nah, I'm not feeling it. Cool, but the principles are in place. They've laid down their discipline. I feel like our home form improved last year. So we know that our home form was better. Our away form wasn't great, but we struggled to beat,
but our home form only improved because under Oli it was rubbish. So
but bro,
the bar's on the floor.
But hear me out. But the bottom line is it's still an improvement. The home form improved. We beat the top 6 at home last year. We beat Man City when we come back from 1-0 down. We beat Liverpool. We beat Arsenal after a poor start to the season when people thought what's going to happen. We showed mentality to bounce back from that. He's the quickest manager to 50 wins. And I know football's different, eras are different. I get that. But actually, football's more competitive now in terms of the middle teams are now getting more money. They're investing better than when it was when we were growing up with Fergie and that. It was a top 4, top 3. And, United, we go 1-0 down. I'm thinking, United are coming back and winning 2-1 every day of the week.
These points are all valid, but then at the same time, you could argue, out of all the managers, he's inherited the best Man United team. Because because Van Gaal inherited a team from David Moyes, and David Moyes inherited a team from Sir Alex Ferguson that had just won the league. Sir Alex Ferguson squeezed the life out of that team, bro, and he got the very last drop.
Yeah, but you get a couple signings in, and you can just keep them.
Nah, because bro, like Sir Alex Ferguson maxed out that team. He maxed that team out. He got Van Persie like literally where he hit the green release, bro. Like Van Persie was never that.
Yeah, I hear that, but are we just saying that because Moyes the drop off it
only got Fellaini and Maturin. He didn't sign no one else. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that's David Moyes.
Well then, so
I don't rate David Moyes at a club like us.
Moyes inherited a Man United team that wasn't as strong as the team that Fergie had. And then Van Gaal inherited a Man United team that wasn't as strong as what David Moyes had and had to start again. And then Mourinho inherited a squad that wasn't as strong as Bro, this guy's got a team of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that had Varane in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he was given Casemiro and all
Sancho,
that, bro. Brother, listen, he inherited Sancho, Rashford, and listen, he's inherited the best Man United team. Out of all the managers, he's inherited the best team.
I'd say the second. I'd say the second best because I think the league we won, which was Fergie done his thing.
He inherited CR7 as well, even it was an older CR7. Bro, listen, he's inherited
I think it's behind David Moyes, and I don't rate David Moyes at all, and I do rate Everton Ten Hag. Yes, it is the second best. I would say it's the second best team he's inherited since Fergie's gone, but Moyes at the end of the day,
inherited past their prime Man United players. He did.
Yeah. Some of them were.
When he got them there. Vidic and Ferdinand were old.
I hear you. But the thing is, if you made a couple tweaks and just done what the right managers do, where you bring in 3-4 fresh faces like Ferguson used to do when he ticks it over with Anderson, Nanis and stuff like that, you can revamp the squad. Moyes didn't really invest in it, right? People didn't like his ideas. You go from a world-class manager to, a middle-class manager. David Moyes at his level is top 10 level, like in the Premier League, and that's that. And you move. But, last year, like I'm not gonna lie. I screamed on streams, plenty of streams. Yeah, Trafford Tunnel as well. Make sure you lock into that after this. I'm on there live. I said on Trafford Tunnel, I want top 6 last year and I want better football. Now I hear it. We showed okay football at times, but I wanted top 6. And I thought, you know what, we'll have something to build off going into the second season, which is now. I said to you many times, Rants, and you know I stay true to my word. I said last year I thought we overachieved. I thought we won the Carabao Cup. Cool. Teams can win the Carabao Cup.
Why didn't you see? Why didn't you see at the time that we overachieved? You didn't see it because the teams around us.
I did think that because, bro, if I said top 6 and better football, and we get top 4 and win a trophy, to what I aspired us to do, to what we did, that is overachieving for me. If I say top 6 but we get top 4, that's overachieving. If I say better football but not win a trophy, that's overachieving. So for me, coming into this season, there's Man United fans out there that were saying, right, their way of judging progression is, right, you finish 4th, so you have to finish 3rd. Right, you finish 2nd, so you have to finish 1st. And that's what some people... And bro, I don't agree with that, though.
Progress is not linear, bro. Like, it's
No, but I don't agree with that. I don't think because you finish 3rd, you then have to finish 2nd, and that's how you progress. That's for me. I understand. So what, you agree with me on that?
I agree, but that's why I'm saying, yeah, bro, Ten Hag football, yeah, the football we're playing now is not better than the football we played under Oli. It's not. Like, it's just as bad.
I wouldn't say that. I don't.
No, it's just as bad, and I'd argue that we had better footballers under Oli. We had better footballers because we still had players like Pogba and that. We ain't got a player with the technical level of Paul Pogba. There's not many in world football anyway. But when you
Oli had Pogba. We don't have Pogba now.
Precisely. So I'm saying the technical level of the players that we had under Oli, you could argue was higher than this, bro. Like Mason Mount and the Brunos and that. These men are not footballers, man. Like, this is horrible. Like, we got Anthony out there. I'd rather have Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Mason Greenwood than Anthony, bro.
Yeah, so would I.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy to me. I'd rather have a younger Martial now. I'd rather have a free, Martial's my guy. I'd rather have a free Martial 3 years ago, yeah, than any of the attackers that man have.
I'd have Martial. Martial could have been one of the best players in the world. He just mismanaged and his fitness. I don't care what anyone says in the chat. Martial's my G.
100%. But that's the thing. Like, I'd rather have Nemanja Matic 3 years ago than have McTominay or Ericsson. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we're not better.
I hear that, but what I think it is here, with Oli, the plan was counter-attack and quick on transition.
But at least we knew what the plan was. With Ten Hag, he tells us we're trying to do something.
I'm trying to tell you though. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So, like, the plan was with Oli was obviously counter-attack in the transition, and it worked for the players we had as well. It did work. He had Pogba with the ability to pass forward. You had Bruno, who loves playing in transition. You had Rashford, Martial, and he had Mason when they were doing their thing. Now, for me, the plan worked, and like you said, you could see it on the pitch because I think it was a basic plan, but it was effective for what we did, and I'm not going to complain about that. If a plan is a basic but it's effective, I am cool with that. I think Ten Hag is a better coach than Oli and a better manager than Oli. His plan is obviously a bit more complex, it's a bit more technical, and at the moment, his ideas and what he's trying to do is not coming across fully to his players. They're maybe not grasping it either, and his delivery of it is not great. However, the way I think Ten Hag thinks and what I think he's trying to execute is levels above what Oli was doing. It's just not showing on the pitch right now. And I'm willing to give it time to see if it shows on the pitch. And this is where we differ. You want him gone right now. I still want him in, and I'm willing to give him time to see if this plan can be executed. Like I said, overachieved last year. This year, cool, get top 5, try and compete for an FA Cup. That's the way it is. I said in the Champions League, I like us to get to the quarters of a kind draw.
That wouldn't be improvement, though. That wouldn't be improvement because the football's still rubbish, bro. And even look, Herrera and Fred. I'd rather have Herrera.
So if we got top 5, won the FA Cup, would that be an improvement on last season and got through the Champions League group?
We weren't in the Champions League last season, so
yeah. So, so we get through the Champions League.
It would be an improvement. Technically, it would be an improvement. Technically, it would be. However, manager can't win me back because I've seen enough. Like, the football's not good enough. Like, we brought him in for good football. We're not getting that, bro. I don't care about all the other stuff because if I just wanted trophies, bro, every manager at Man United has won trophies. Every full-time manager has won trophies.
Yeah, Mourinho won 2 trophies, bro. And I wanted him out.
Exactly. There you go. Like, Van Gaal won a trophy. It's only Oli that didn't. And Oli's a scrub. So, like, it's one of them ones where, bro, like, when you look at it, he's meant to win a trophy at Man United. You're going to have the players.
You don't think the football can be better? Is that where you
can't be better because he's not signing footballing players, bro. He's not signing footballing players. The guy said, I can't play Ajax football at Man United. So why are you buying players from Ajax then? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but then hopefully that's where we want, the new regime to come in. People always talk about the ownership and that. At the moment, the Glazers are here to stay. I'm not going to talk about them, ban them. But you've got Ratcliffe coming in, who's going to make footballing decisions. He's going to get a hierarchy and he's going to get a sporting director and so forth. The things that top clubs have that basically we don't have. Now, if he does that, this is the challenge now. Ten Hag, you've had your money, which I agree with, by the way. So I do criticize Ten Hag. He's had his 400 million. He's not spent it right. There's only 3 signings that have worked, which is a Martinez, Onana, and I think Højlund can be here. Because I know Onana's had a bit of a rocky start, but he's here for the long term. Onana, Martinez, and Højlund. I'm cool with that.
I wouldn't say Onana's worked yet.
Not worked yet, but I believe in it. I believe in it. But Martinez and Højlund, I think Højlund's here for the long term as well. That's 3 signings out of maybe 7 potential signings that I think can work at this football club. That's not good enough for me with the money you spent. You could have been wiser with it. I've looked at Liverpool go and get, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and McAllister for 130 million. We could have actually done the same, and that would be 100% perfect for me, but we didn't. So Ten Hag's had his money. He spent it wrong. Now, if we get this regime to come in, he's got to either work with this regime and they help him get players in, or they suggest players that they do, and it works, then brilliant. And then let's see if we can cook. But I don't want him signing any more players. He's had enough money now. I look at Mo Salah. Mo Salah was not meant to be at Liverpool Football Club. The scouting regime said Klopp wanted Julian Brandt.
Yeah,
they got Mo Salah, and look what Mo Salah's turned out to do. Klopp didn't want him. Not say didn't want him. Went on his list, but he's turned Mo Salah into a demon, and Salah's helped him.
Yeah, but the difference.
Now we need to do the same.
That's a good example, but the difference is, Jurgen Klopp already had a style of play that is very evident. We know what Jurgen Klopp's style of play is. We know what football he wants to. I can sign players for Klopp. I'm not a director of football, but I can look at a player and say, yo, he's a Liverpool player. I can do that because Liverpool have an actual identity, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't. Like, what is a Ten Hag player? Exactly. So how the hell do you sign for a guy that ain't got a style of play? How do you do it?
Yeah, I would have liked De Jong would be the one I'd think of.
But there you go. But he said he doesn't want to play Ajax ball. So what do you need De Jong for?
Well, we need someone that can get the ball, receive it from the back 4 and build up from the back.
Yeah, but come on.
But that ain't going to happen. But then again, like we said, Casemiro and De Jong are 2 different profiles. So for me, that's where a sporting director would step in.
Yeah, but Casemiro and De Jong can play together.
If you can't get De Jong, then you're going to...
Casemiro and De Jong can play together because Casemiro is more your box-to-box anyway. Like, it's a myth that they can't play together. It was just like Jorginho.
They could play
just
together.
Like Jorginho and Kante. Jorginho goes for the ball. Kante runs away from the ball. It's exactly the same.
I completely agree with that. I agree with that, and that's what I wish could happen. Then again, I'm sitting there saying that, and then you've got Amrabat sitting there. Amrabat's more than comfortable receiving the ball from the back 4. So what I said all season is when they signed Amrabat, I was like, okay, this is what's going to happen here. They're going to have a strong pivot of Casemiro and Amrabat. For me, that has strength, that has a bit of mobility, has composure on the ball, it has someone that can tackle and someone that, they complement each other. One's good at the sort of off-the-ball stuff and, intercepting, reading the game. Amrabat can do a bit of both. But at the end of the day, Ten Hag is getting it wrong because you're not playing them together. Why are you picking and choosing, Eric? I would love to ask you a question of why you're picking and choosing, but then you've got Bruno playing out wide, which we know is ineffective. Either play him central or bench him. That's the only thing with Bruno. He keeps doing it. And these are errors that are going to end up getting him probably sacked. And if it does happen, I'm not going to defend him because I'm going to be like, you shot yourself in the foot. If I'm praising a manager or I'm backing a manager, I'm backing someone at work, but they're making the same mistakes. I'm like, yo, brother, like I've told you a couple times, you need to, but you're doing the same thing 5 and 6 weeks later. Bro, I'm going to be walking out to your car and saying, yo, I tried to tell you. So if I try and tell you.
I don't believe he deserves time to right his wrongs. This is Manchester United football.
But shouldn't managers be able to make mistakes to correct them?
Nah, because he's not correcting them, bro. This is the problem. Like, you only get one shot, bro, at these big clubs. Like, he's not correcting them, bro. This guy bought Amrabat. We saw him play left back, bro. Then he brought him into midfield. Now he's a sub. He bought Mason Mount, yeah? Mason Mount got injured. Now he's a sub. He's saying he needs to come back in the team and earn his way. What? Ahead of McTominay? Are you crazy? You can't tell me that Scott McTominay is a better footballer than Mason Mount. As much as I don't like Mason Mount, Scott McTominay is not better than him. So this manager can't make a decision and stick to it, bro. It's all wishy-washy, bro. Like, there's nothing he stuck to. Anthony was his guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Fought tooth and nail for Anthony. Now Anthony can't get a game.
And
What's
rightly
going on?
so.
Bro, Garnacho started the season now. Can't get a game. Do you know what I'm saying? This bro. And then all of a sudden, flipping Hannibal was ain't seen him now. No more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro,
And then when he came back in, he was just off. Yeah.
This guy is rolling the dice. That's what he's doing. Like I said to you, what's a Ten Hag player? Bare silence. The fact that this brother's been there for 18 months, we don't know what a Ten Hag player is, but we know what a Klopp player is. We know what a Pep player is. We know what an Ange player is, but we don't know what a Ten Hag player is. That tells you everything about his tenure at Manchester United.
I feel like Højlund, De Jong, Martinez, they're the three that I look. If I look at our squad, how many of them do I think are Ten Hag players? With what I've seen of Ten Hag, which is the prior Manchester United, which is Ajax.
Because those are Ajax players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, what I look at in terms of Ten Hag, which is prior Manchester United, I'm only saying Højlund, Onana, Martinez, maybe Luke. I think Luke Shaw.
Yeah, but these are players that he would have signed for Ajax. He wanted to sign Malacia. He liked Mason Mount from when Mason Mount was playing in the Eredivisie. Like all these players, he would have signed the Ajax if he had the budget. So why are we not playing Ajax football, blood? Doesn't make no sense. This guy don't have a style of play.
Maybe he thinks opposition's different, pressing energy from competitors. Ajax probably go into them games 18 out of 20 of them, apart from Feyenoord and PSVs and the
With better team and
they dominate the ball. They probably don't get pressed. They probably have a lot of time. And Ten Hag's come to the Premier League and realized, bro, you could be playing Brentfords, you could be playing your Burnleys. You don't get time. I've got to play differently. Pep Guardiola done the same thing, despite him having his principles, which have always remained, of course. He finished third in his first season, but he said, I'm going to stick to what I do. He got rid of Joe Hart, got rid of Bravo in the second season or whatever, then got Edison, but he had to make little mistakes, but he kept his principles. Jurgen Klopp came in, I think he finished sixth in his first season, but he had a lot of muscular injuries because they couldn't understand the intensity of from playing whatever they did under Brendan Rodgers or Dalglish, whatever it was, to then go in basically hell for leather, and the muscular and the intensity and the mobility needed. They had to have a year and a half adjusting, but then he stuck to his principles and look what they done. Ten Hag, a year and a half in, I can't say to you, and I can admit it, that he's put loads of principles in place that I'm like, he stuck to. Last year, I feel like what he did, he tried to do that in the first 3 games, got snuffed. He reverted to a pragmatic approach to get results, and it worked.
Why do you believe, that he deserves time then? Because at the end of the day, if you're not even a big enough personality to come in and stamp your authority, bro. Because look at Pep. Pep's come to Man City, Man City didn't start winning trophies under Pep Guardiola, bro. He came into Man City, and he stamped his authority, bro. That's what he did. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what he did, bro. He came in and he said, I'm playing Pep ball, Them men were like, oh, yeah, that's not going to work in the Premier League. All right, cool. Won the treble. That's what he does. First season, he didn't win nothing. But he stuck to his principles. Got rid of the England #1 goalkeeper in his first season. This manager's come in and pretty much admitted that he's thrown his philosophy out the window and he's trying to pay homage to the club and all this, bro. The sooner this club move into the 21st century, the better, bro. I saw some quote from Andy Cole saying about, because there was rumours that Ratcliffe is going to speak to Sir Alex Ferguson. Worst thing he can do.
Yeah, because he's going to be thinking, obviously, of back
worst
then.
Thing
and
he can do. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe that's true either. Do you know what I mean? Andy Cole's saying, yeah, well, what Fergie did worked, and that, what Fergie did worked then. Do you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work now, bruv.
Yeah, football's changed.
Football's changed. Yeah. And you need to be forward thinking at all.
And also, I don't like that approach. I feel like you've got to make your own stamp on things. Stop going back to older man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just me. If me and you went in there to the Old Trafford, cool, I'll show Alex Ferguson respect, but I'm not going to say, how did you do this? Or at the end of the day, if we're having a conversation, I learn something out of it, cool, but I'm not beg friending it. And I feel like people need to, go on now and just go into that club and make their own stamp on things. And hopefully maybe with a new regime, we'll see them do that, because it looks like
I think we will see
they want to do that.
Nonsense. I think it's sensationalist nonsense.
Ratcliffe apparently doesn't have to run anything up. I saw today that any decisions Ratcliffe makes, he doesn't have to run past the Glazers, which is good. So you shouldn't. If you paid your money, if you paid your bread to own something or part of something, I'm not running.
We know the Glazers don't care about the football side of things, so they don't want nothing to do with it.
Which is a blessing, and maybe that might be a good thing for us, and hopefully a good thing for Ten Hag. Or if it doesn't work out for Ten Hag, it might work out for next man. But this is the period now. Like, Everton. Can I look you in the eye and say we're going to Goodison Park and getting 3 points? Could I say that actually under any manager we've had in the last 6-7 years? No, I wouldn't really. I think the only time I felt a little bit confident was when Martial bagged it top bins from outside the box, Pogba outside of the boot assist. Like we were doing all right them times. But we're going into this Everton game. Like I said to you, them man are going to be rocking. Us man have got to step up. At the end of the day, we've got Liverpool, and I know we're not competing for the title, right? But how I look at it is that when top teams are playing each other, someone has to drop points. That's how I look at it, Rants. Now, when we're not competing with Man City, Liverpool, but psychologically for me, if I'm turning up to that game, I'm like, yo, look, Man City drop points. So Liverpool, let's try and capitalize on that. So one of them two are dropping points because one of them are going to win and one of them are going to drop. Tottenham are playing Villa, bro, 2:00. They're the teams we're looking at. One of them are dropping points. Brentford are taking on Arsenal at home. Now, Arsenal could probably win that 2-1, but if Brentford got a result, I'm not surprised. That's the way it is. Newcastle are playing Chelsea. This is another team we're looking at. Both of them. One of them are dropping points. We have to win. We need to go there. We there's no excuses because there's nothing worse for me, yeah. And how I look at it is, well, there's nothing worse than losing the game, of course, any day of the week. But when we're going to Goodison Park, which on paper is easier than what the other rivals are playing, and a few of them are dropping points. If we then lose, it's like a double loss, bro. That's how I see it, innit? Because you're going to be watching the games on Saturday thinking, oh, look, these teams have dropped a few points, running your jokes, like doing your streams. But deep down, you're going to be thinking, well, we need to do our job now. Yep. You get me? But I don't know, Rants, if I can believe that we're going to go there and get... I feel like physically we might get dominated. I'm worried about Doucouré. I'm worried about Onana. I'm worried about Calvert-Lewin. I am, bro.
There's no Eriksen. There's no Casemiro. So our midfield, yeah, is going to be McTominay, Bruno, and Mount probably, yeah, which is not a good midfield.
It isn't, bro.
It's not a good midfield. And Varane won't start. And Lissandro's out. So we're looking at... And Evans is out. So we're looking at Lindelof, Maguire, centre-back. Does Luke Shaw come in and go straight to left back? Maybe not.
I was going to ask you this. Are you starting him?
He's not starting Luke Shaw. He said that Luke Shaw's been training with the team for 2 weeks. He's going to start Dalot at left back. He's going to start Wan-Bissaka at right back. And he's going to start that horrible midfield, free. And then he's going to start Rashford, Højlund, and someone else.
What about Kobe?
Whether it's Anthony or... No, Kobe Maino's not coming in now. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's... Garnacho on left wing and Rashford on the right again, and Højlund, which it probably will be that.
Højlund's out, bro, probably, isn't he?
No, he played internationally, I believe.
No, Højlund's injured, bro.
But they said he hadn't trained. What is hamstring, innit?
Højlund didn't even go international, bro. Yeah, bro, you know what time it is, isn't it? It's our baby boys coming. Yo, LL Martial, man. We got to start him.
Watch, you'll start Rashford up front.
Bro, Rants.
Start Rashford up front.
Rashford going. Has there been a player? Let me just ask you though. Has there been a player since Martial joined the club who has cooked against Everton more? He loves a goal against. I know
Everton. He does, but I don't believe in this loves a goal against this team. I just believe that Martial's just Martial, innit? Like it's just.
So start him, bro. He can. Bro, would you rather watch Everton. Martial up front or would you rather watch Rashford? I know Martial's not the same, but bro, the hold up,
Martial's better than Rashford, bro. Like it's not even a debate. But the thing is. Bro, he hasn't started Tony, bro. Like, and he hasn't been starting Tony. I don't know what's wrong with him. Last season, he was starting
crap, bro.
He was starting Martial at every opportunity last season, and this season, for some reason, he's not starting him.
Okay, bro. What I'm gonna say to you now, if I see that team sheet at 3:30 and Martial is not starting and Rashford's playing the number 9, I'm gonna be cussing. And the reason I say that is, it's not because Ten Hag is playing Rashford in the number 9 in general. It's because he's choosing to play Rashford in the number 9 against two of the biggest defenders in the league in Tarkowski and Brantwaite when he can't hold up the ball and he's not strong. So tactically, that is blowing us out the water because every time the ball goes forward, we are not going to be able to sustain attacks. Martial can pin defenders, he can roll, he can link up, allow us to get pressure and come up the pitch and do the stuff that we need to do as a team. People say Gabriel Jesus doesn't score enough goals. I agree with that. Martial doesn't score enough goals. I agree with that. But what they do away from home in them tricky games is they bring the team into play.
Nothing. Even the Martial don't score enough goals stuff,
Yeah, we don't.
It's slightly a myth because it's like we just don't create chances for him, bro. You know what
I'm going Rashford on the right, I'm going Garnacho on the left, and I'm going Martial down the middle, bro.
But I'm telling you, if Tony played, if he played for Liverpool instead of Man United, and he was getting the chances that Firmino was getting, you would see, bro, Martial would be scoring bare goals, bro. This
Yeah,
guy
bro.
don't
It'd
get
be it'd
no
be different.
chances, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, people talk about big
Yeah.
chances and that, bro. Martial was averaging one touch in the
Bro,
opponent's
best
box,
finisher at
yeah,
the
in
club.
90 minutes. Bro,
Best. I think he had
crazy
the best.
finisher.
I think he had like the top
He
3
had the
finishing stats in the like
he
league or
had one
something.
of the best conversion rates in the Premier
Yeah,
League at
conversion.
one
That's the
point.
word. Yeah.
Conversion rate was stupid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't get loads of chances. So this thing about like
Mm.
he's not a bruv, he's a goal scorer. If you put him in a team that's getting him on the ball, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not seeing him missing 1v1s and doing all these things, bro. Like, it's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Facts.
It don't make no sense to me. I think the whole Martial thing, yeah. I think a lot of the criticism he gets is because of how bad we've been. I don't necessarily
Yeah.
think it's an individual player situation with him, bro, because we've seen Hoyland come in
And
play up
look,
front, and we're not a better team with Hoyland up
he hasn't
front than
scored
we
a
are
league
with
goal
Martial.
yet.
Yeah, we're
So
not a better team. We're not a better team with him in there, especially in the Premier League. We're not a better team. We're not.
yeah, I agree with you.
Last
As a
season
team,
we were
I
starting
like Hoyland and the
Martial and we
potential.
play better.
Yeah, I feel like as a team and what Martial brings and his intelligence, it's unquestionable. And you know, it says a lot because I rate Martial massively, but obviously he's injured. I know he's not the same player as what he was when he was dribbling and doing all that. But the fact that a Martial of what he is today, unfortunately, because of them injuries and everything like that, is still very much competent enough for me that I'm saying I'll start him, says a lot about the quality of these Man United players. And this is where Eric Ten Hag has now got to be brutal. You've got a Marcus Rashford on a big contract. You've got Bruno Fernandes on a big contract. And Bruno Fernandes is going to be who he is. He's Marmite. He's going to get a goal and assist maybe some games. And some games he's going to be really poor and his decision-making is going to be poor. But if Ten Hag wants to stay in this job, there's going to be certain calls that he's going to have to make. And he's going to have to rattle some feathers. And if you've got to do that to make your team play better football, then so be it. Because the only performance that I can say Manchester United for me have been consistent in for maybe 60, 70 minutes max, which is what I look at 2/3 of a game, is the Crystal Palace Carabao Cup game. And that is it. And that didn't include Rashford and Fernandes. And by the way, I'm not just saying...
That was a Crystal Palace second team.
A second team. And I'm not even saying, by the way, oh, this is just because Bruno's out and Rashford's out. Of course, it does play a part because it's part of selection, 100%. But I'm just saying in terms of, you know, maybe when you're struggling to get results and, you know, you need some people that can just be composed and, you know, just stick to the basics. Bro, if you've got to bring in man like Kobe, if you've got to bring in man like Martial, I'm not going to be against it. If we lose a game and he's made changes, I'll probably be like, do you know what? At least he tried making changes.
Yeah, but that's the point. He's not doing that. And even he'll come out and he'll say, yeah, Martial and Hoyland can play together. Why haven't we seen it then?
Well, Rants, you see what he said today? He's not going to make changes, bro. Do you see his quote today?
No.
Ten Hag basically said, I'm now looking forward to the period where I can play the same 11 basically every week and work with the same 12 to 14 players. Bro, he wants to just have that same 11. And bro, he'll probably run them into the ground. Big up, Liam. He's probably going to run him into the ground. I think these players are overtrained. I think they've been overworked. They had a preseason traveling left, right, and center. They didn't really get the rest they needed. I look at our rivals, Man City, four preseason games. We played like 8. I just think at the moment,
bro, not only
Ten
they're
Hag
overtrained,
like
they're overcoached as well, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
You think there's too much going in right now?
There's too much going in, and none of it makes sense, bro. That's why we were better last season, because he couldn't coach them that much because it was like they weren't his players. Like, and this is what it is, and that's why, like, even when you look at Arsenal, yeah, bro. Like, Arteta came in, won a trophy with Emery's players, ain't won nothing since.
No, he hasn't. No, and then he got saved his job by Smith Rowe and Saka that come through the academy.
But there you go. So at the end of the day, yeah, sometimes, yeah, when you look at a manager's first season, yeah, you can't really read too much into it, bro. Like, there's a reason why second season syndrome exists, and that's because most of the time, the players that are already there get a new lease of life because it's a new manager, sigh of relief, start playing again, and then you can win something. Like, that's just what it is. But when the manager gets rid of those players and brings in his own players, that's when you start judging teams, bro. Like, when you look at the signings that he's done, he's made way more bad signings than good signings. We're saying
100% agree with that.
70%, 75% of his signings have been duds. So in a short space of time, he's already showing you that we were better when he had less influence, bro. That's not a good thing.
It isn't, but I'm hoping, and it's hopium, like people say, you know, but I believe that if this guy wants to succeed, he's going to have to make changes. My confidence in Ten Hag more stemmed from last season. It stems that I believe there is a plan in place, and I think that it's just getting complicated. But I do believe that these players can't play as bad as they have done. I feel like we need to get a run of games going. But if I'm sat here in 6 weeks' time and, you know, results haven't changed and the football's worse, as a Manchester United fan, I don't care if my dad was the manager or my uncle. I want the best for the football club. I support the team. What do I get joy out of supporting? Winning games, going to the games, waking up every weekend, looking forward to seeing my team play. Ten Hag's got a big 6 weeks ahead of him. And this is why at the moment, like, I understand why people want Ten Hag gone, but I'm not there yet. It's not conclusive enough for me yet to put my envelope in that letterbox and say, yo, I can't get you out of there. I'm not posting it yet.
What do you mean it's not conclusive? Like, even the first season in theory should be the worst. Pep's first season was his worst. I think he finished third or something like that. Third or fourth, and didn't win anything. Your first season as a manager, in theory, shouldn't be your best season because you've got other people's players. It depends if, for instance, if you're a similar style of manager to the manager before, you can come in and you can kind of do your thing. Pep came into a team where he didn't really have the players to play the football he wanted to play. Not really. Finished third with no trophy. And then after that, trophies all over the place.
I hear you.
That's just what's happened, bro.
And it's the same with players.
Tuchel as well. I think Tuchel came in, won the Champions League, didn't he, in his first season with someone else's players. And then what did he win after that?
No, he didn't. I think he lost the League Cup final to Liverpool, didn't he?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And FA Cup final to Liverpool. I think they lost both finals to Liverpool. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So now you're starting to see a pattern. Pep's team gets better as he gets more of his players. Klopp's teams got better as he got more of his players. And we're going the opposite way.
Yeah, but I feel like we signed a few players last year, and then we tried to win.
14 man, bro.
No, I hear you. No, but permanently, of course. When I'm thinking permanently, obviously, we signed a few players last year, and he tried that in the first 3 games, and you can see what he was trying to do even in the preseason. Lost Martial first game, and he played Eriksen false 9. Didn't work against Brighton, then we got beat by Brentford. Then he went back to, like I said, that more pragmatic approach. Get results rather than play the football I want to bring. He realized he couldn't do that. So basically, the whole of last year, he didn't really go with the plan we saw in the first 2 games. He had to adapt that, and it corrected itself, and we got top 4 and we won a trophy. So cool. He then brings in the players that he did this summer in terms of Onana, Mason Mount, Højlund, which is kind of like a new spine. And then he's got to then try and coach that system with these new players coming into it. So no, did I expect it to just click all of a sudden in 2-3 months? No, I didn't. And this is where I'm at, because he didn't do his football last year. He changed it after 2-3 games and adopted more of a results business approach, and it got results.
Shouldn't have done that.
And then he maybe should have. But now it's the second season. You've got to give him a chance to build. We've got to give him a chance to build that up now.
Nah, but that chance is meant to be in the first season, not the second season. Do you know what I mean? You don't come in and paper over the cracks and then decide, that you want to go backwards. That's not how it works. I would rather he came in and said, listen, I'm building a template for how I want to play. Even if it doesn't suit the players that I've got, cool. Like, this isn't my team, innit? We're building a culture here. We're building something. He didn't do that. So I'm not accepting that in the second season to go backwards. Like, second season, you don't regress, bro. You build the foundations. Like, when you're building a house, the foundations first.
Yeah, I hear that.
He didn't build the foundations in the first season, bro. And we're just supposed to just accept now that he's doing now what he should have done last year. Man, fuck all that, man.
I'd agree if we. I'd agree.
10 out of 17, bro. Defeats. Come on, this is crazy.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand it. But last year he adopted that approach, and it got us to where we were, which was back in the Champions League, which we wanted to be. Yes, we're potentially going out. Got top 4. And, we beat a lot of the top teams, and I feel like it was something to potentially work with. We didn't really get the summer right in terms of signings, but let's see now.
We didn't get it right in terms of the preseason. We played like 50 games in preseason.
That's what I said to you, bro. That's what I said. Overworked. I said it to you, traveling, overworked, overplayed, didn't look at the way the rivals done our business. This is what it is. Arsenal playing 245 minutes in a game against us. We're playing our man for like 70, 80 minutes in the first game. Like, it's one of them ones where, for me, Ten Hag, if he's going to lose the job, I'll admit that Ten Hag's losing the job off his own accord. I know some of the players, 100%. a lot of the players ain't good enough. We know that, though. We know a lot of the players aren't good enough. But at the end of the day, some of these players have been here a long time. They're still coachable to a level that when you watch them, I should be able to know what I'm going to get. Win, lose, or draw. Look at Tottenham. I've seen Tottenham obviously I know they got Basuma and Maddison, competent midfielders, but I've seen what Ange's come in and done in the first few months. And yes, does it annoy me? Yes, it does, because I like what they're doing. And whether they lose games or win games, their fans are happy. But the football is simply not good enough this season at the moment. And I'm hoping that it can turn around. But where we are in the league, you know, we're still in the Champions League with big games to come. I'll wrap it up by saying this season starts now. Let's see what the food does in the oven. It's either going to come out uncooked or we're going to be eating better food, and we're going to say, right, let's cook this again next week and see if it tastes the same. But right now, let's see, man. But yeah,
I think it's going to be interesting, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very interesting. I think we got a tough run of games, so let's see what this manager comes up with, bro. But
yeah,
I don't think it's looking good for him. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think, by the way? Do you think we win on Sunday?
I can see us winning on Sunday, but also I can see us not winning. I'm genuinely unsure. It depends on what Everton team turns up, because we know what Man United team's going to turn up.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be poor football probably again, and we're gonna try and get a result. Yeah,
exactly. So if Everton are on it and they got the bit between their teeth after getting the points deducted, and Daesh has instilled that siege mentality, and they come out firing, they could do us.
And they're gonna be on it. Like I've heard already. I see on Sky Sports they're gonna turn down the volume of the fans or something. Mad,
bro. It's crazy. You see?
Yeah, it's mad. Turning down the volume of the fans, by the way. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but yeah, check it. Everton, yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yo, big up everyone inside though.
Sick stream though. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That was sick.
That's what I mean. Smash up the likes.
Proper ball talk. That was, man. I hope people enjoyed it, whether they agree with me or not. I always say, like, I love the comments. I always read through them as well, man. It's always love for me, man, whether people agree or not. So make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Big up Rants every time for having me. Big up Dave 100%. In the background as well. I'm going to be on Trafford Tunnel, and literally straight after this, the guys, if we stay on this stream, it's going to go straight to the next stream. Yeah, it's going to redirect, man. So
Trafford Tunnel, Tunnel,
yeah.
Guys. Make sure you subscribe there.
Big up for that, Rants.
You already know what it is. The link is in the title, people. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? So smash the likes. Let's get these likes.
We'll be quick. I'll maybe jump on next week, maybe after the Champions League game. Actually, I'll shout Dave and see what I'm saying on my schedule. Yeah, man.
So big up everyone. Love for
big up for that, Rants.
Make sure you support the next stream. I'll see you guys in the chat.